Welcome to Technical Tuesday. This is Fed Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today, I'd like to show you how the nature's law applies to trading in the financial markets. But before we start, you know the drill. Make sure to like, subscribe, and do share. Now, I'm going to take 10 seconds out for 1 second just to emphasize this. It means so much to myself and the team that you like this. So just hit the thumbs up before we start. Okay, that's it. Now, how does the law of motion, which is one of the oldest laws in nature, apply to trading the financial markets? And how is it a tool? Now, law of motion was really coined by Sir Isaac Newton over 350 years ago. It's always been around though. It's not something that's new. It's in the planets, it's in Earth, it's just the law of motion. Now, there's a lot of complexities to the law of motion. I'm not going to get into every one of them. They're not as pertinent to me except one point. Now, there is also a formula of the law of motion. I'm not going to get into that either. The law of motion pretty much states that an object will remain in motion as long as another motion hasn't moved it from its present course. That's all the law of motion really states in simplest terms. So if you're thinking about the financial markets, there are times when the financial markets moves in one direction or another direction in a trending market. Now, it moves in that direction and it will continue moving until something else moves it into another direction. And that's just the case of law of motion. Now, I've seen traders make two fundamental, colossal mistakes when they're trading trending market. Now, a trending market is either something going up or something going down, okay? Those are a trending markets. That's the definition of it. Now, many a time I see traders kind of find or look for that bottom or look for the top and kind of play the counter move. Try to take advantage of the wilder move that's going to happen afterwards when we've had one such move in one direction and anticipate there's going to be another directional move. So they want to get the best price, the top of the top or the bottom of the bottom so that they can make that home run. Now that by itself is a huge mistake. Number two, the second mistake that they make is that they keep on doubling down because no one's ever perfect, right? You can't ever find that top of when that top will be. So you keep on building onto that losing position. And guess what? You get burned more and more and more until you're actually moved out and crossed out from the position. And in worst cases, margined out, which would be colossally disastrous. So those are the two major mistakes people make when they're trading the counter move in a trending market. Now, what you want to do is realize that in a trending market, trends obey the law of motion. It's just a simplicity of it. Now, remember, the law of motion states that an object will remain in motion, in a current motion, until something else moves it to a different motion, okay? And that's all it states. So if something is trending upwards, it's your friend. The trend is your friend. Don't fight it. Don't try to get the top of the top. Don't try to get the bottom of the bottom. It's not worth it. The probability play is much against you. Number two, and this is really very, very important. Motion will only discontinue with a force stronger than the current motion. That's really very important. Now, if there's a trending upwards, it takes a lot to move it to another motion. To move it down takes a lot more than its current motion going up. Think about it, okay? If something is moving in a certain direction, to move it off course takes a lot more power. So that's one of the simplest reasons why when you're trading a trending market, you want to stay on the side of the trend. Besides the fact that there's probably plays on your back towards your favor, there's also the fact that the motion will continue. The motion is not lying. The motion will continue until something else happens. Now, I'm not saying when something does confirm that it's changing that motion, that then you reassess at that point and change your strategy then. That's completely validated. That's completely encouraged. But when something is trending upwards or trending downwards, don't be the hero. Don't try to play the counter move until it proves to you that it's changed its course. Up until then, it's still trending upwards or trending downwards. Thank you for joining me for this segment of Technical Tuesdays. We'll see you here next week.